Messi defeated the Brazilian team. The Russian team is ready to return to the international arena tomorrow. A payout variant is also being considered for the country. Thus, the team may be able to play in the World Championship in the United States of America even without the qualifying stage. However, the trend is that Alexander-Arnold is still moving to Real Madrid. The Red fans are already burning his jerseys. We will talk about this and much more today. Friends, this is a dose of football and a hot selection of the most interesting news to this hour. Those who are subscribed to our Telegram channel know that I got sick, and that's why the videos here did not come out. We are starting to get back in shape. Today is the top 6, and tomorrow, I hope, we will make the top 10. And of course, your support in the form of likes will be very helpful to us. Well, I wish you a pleasant appetite and a pleasant viewing. The Brazilian team's humiliation extended beyond the field. In the qualifying stage for the World Championship, the two most famous South American teams, Argentina and Brazil, played against each other. These matches always cause a sensation. It's not just a classic confrontation of the entire continent, it's also a duel that goes far beyond the scope of sport. Even if the scoreboard is burning zeros for all 90 minutes, such matches are always heated. And here, even before the game, one of the main stars of the Brazilian team, Rafinha, said a real nonsense, claiming that he will carry his opponent forward with his feet. However, this match didn't smell like a rout of the Argentinians. Brazil itself couldn't create even a single moment for itself. And their only goal came after a mistake by Christian Romero, who served the ball on a platter to Matheus Cunha. But this goal decided nothing, as 4 balls were scored in return. And without exaggeration, it can be concluded that it was the Brazilians who were humiliated. Of course, the Argentine national team players could not remain silent after Rafinha's words. Messi also could not resist, not to point the Brazilian to his place. But first, let's exactly remember how Rafinha's words sounded. He said, "Without a doubt, we will beat them on the field and beyond its limits if necessary." Screw them. Now let's listen to Messi's response after Argentina's victory. On the field or beyond its limits, wherever it may be, this team always speaks through football. Congratulations on a great match. I don't think anything needs to be explained here. Brazil retreated on the field and Rafinha added even beyond the limits. Sam is to blame. You didn't have to say such a thing before the game with a stronger opponent. And by the way, I haven't fully conveyed the words to you. There are a lot of uncensored things there. So if you want to see the full version, go to our Telegram channel. Trend: Alexander-Arnold is set to join Real Madrid, with no remaining doubts about the move. Beating Roman, David Ornstein, Mark and many other reliable sources confirmed that the Englishman has agreed with the Spaniards and will sign a contract with them as a free agent in the summer. But he is not the only defensive reinforcement that the Merengues fans can count on. According to Advanced Encryption Standard and SPN, Real Madrid has made Dino Huijsen from Bournemouth their new main target. The Royal Club plans to go for him only in the summer of 26. However, the ambitious progress of the Dutch Spaniard and the constant attention to him from European giants have made Merengues rush. Sam Huijsen, if you believe the insiders, wants to go to Real. Yes, what insiders? He is just a little shy to say that he is not against moving to the Madrid, he would like to play in Real. Right now, I'm only thinking about how to successfully finish the rest of the season. It will be seen when the right time comes. To be honest, the interest of such a club is a great honor for me. Judging by everything, centre-back has been chopping for the sewage since childhood, so it won't be difficult to agree on a contract with him. Partly because the footballer's godfather has become a legend of the Madridistas. Husay called Sergio Ramos the best centre-back. For me, Sergio Ramos is the best central defender in history. He had all the qualities, he was good with the ball, he was aggressive in defense, he was a leader, he scored goals and was important for the team. He's also from the south like me, I think we're a bit similar. Madrid is aggressively seeking a deal for Huijsen, and like with Trent, his destination is certain. The only question is the method of acquisition. Either Slivoci activates the fallbacks in the amount of 50 million euros, or includes his player in the deal with Bournemouth to pay less. Bournemouth was previously interested in Fran Garcés, and Madrid will definitely want to use this to their advantage. The Saudis are expanding their influence in European football. The Sheikhs are planning to buy another club and are considering options in Serie A and Ligue 1. There were rumors that they would buy Marseille or Monaco, but it hasn't happened yet. But there's every chance suddenly there might be intrigue in the French championship after all. For now, it dominates. Last fall, according to French press reports, the Qataris were open to selling the grant, but they still maintain an interest in football. So, according to the authoritative L'Equipe, the negotiation for the purchase of the Spanish club Malaga is at an advanced stage, and both parties are confident about finalizing the deal. The fact that the club is now owned by a hotel operator and Qatari Sheikh Abdullah Al Thani simplifies everything. Currently, Malaga is managed by a court-appointed manager due to financial difficulties. The Qatari organization will bring Malaga out of the crisis and then to a new level. The club will bypass the Sheikh by 100 million euros. Now the team is playing in Segunda and is only on the 15th line. With new leadership, the club will undoubtedly return to the top and European competitions. Just 13 years ago, Malaga played in the Champions League quarterfinals, and 23 years ago it even won the Intertoto Cup. The Qatari are buying a club with a rich history. Besides Malaga, Qatar Sports Investments is in talks with a Belgian team. The organization stated that they are exploring a range of investment opportunities in Europe and America, creating a multi-club model, similar to their colleagues from the United Arab Emirates. The Russian national team is about to return to international tournaments, and the clubs of the Russian Premier League are in the Europa League. And these are no longer some guesses of Russian officials. According to the publication, Union of European Football Associations has recently been discussing only the comeback of Russia to the international arena. Moreover, the source notes that some senior officials of the organization would have returned the team already tomorrow, and some believe that Russia should not have been excluded at all. As previously stated, Chifrin, the host of the 2018 World Cup, was reluctant to disqualify the team. A senior Union of European Football Associations official has announced that steps are already being taken to return the team. The situation is unlikely to change before the conflict in Ukraine is resolved, but the heads of the organization are ready for peace and are developing a roadmap for the comeback of Russian teams. In general, the Russian national team's dry series of 8 consecutive matches is not far off. The team will likely play in the World Championship in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Yes, despite the fact that the selection has already started and Russia is not participating in it. How so? The thing is, due to the peculiarities of the situation, the team might be given a wildcard direct pass. Alexander Dukov, president of the Russian Football Union, announced this. How is a wildcard possible? In theory, it's practically difficult to implement. If a decision is made to bring back the team, I hope we can negotiate this. Surely there will be many unhappy people if Russia is allowed into the World Cup without qualifying, as many have to fight hard in matches to earn their way. However, due to the expansion of the World Cup, it has become somewhat easier to get into the tournament, and it's unlikely the team would have missed out. Brazil is changing their coach after a humiliating loss to Argentina. The federation is targeting a renowned trainer. The current coach of the 5-time World Cup winners is Dorival Jr. Many European fans may not know this name, as Dorival's entire career took place in Brazilian football. He was not a star in the sky, but he was considered a good coach by local standards. He has several domestic trophies in his collection, as well as the main title of Latin America, the Libertadores Cup. But it's one thing to coach Brazilian clubs, and quite another to coach the Brazilian national team, which features players of such caliber that Dorival would hardly have had a chance to work with in club football. Under his leadership, the team only won 5 official matches, played 4 draws, and lost 3 times. Following the devastating loss to Argentina, the federation reconsidered replacing the coach. These thoughts had previously occurred to local football officials, but now everything is serious. 4-1 from Argentina is a weighty reason for the coach's dismissal. According to Globo, the Brazilian Federation has renewed contact with Carlo Ancelotti, aiming to invite him again to coach the national team. As the source writes, Ancelotti previously said that he would not make a decision until the end of the Club World Championship. For those who are not aware, it will end in the middle of summer, after which all roads are open. The Oilers' leadership does not plan to keep coach Florentino Perez. I would like to see a different, younger face with a modern approach to football at the head of the team. Then Ancelotti at the end of his career can win the main football cup and become almost the greatest coach in history, at least in terms of the number and significance of the trophies won. Papa Carlo knows how to play in cup competitions, and in Brazil, master players perform. So why not? Ilya Zabarny can follow in the footsteps of Andriy Shevchenko and move to Milan. In his time, the Ukrainian forward caused a stir, playing for a major Italian team. In his tenure, Shevchenko scored almost 20 goals, won quite a few important cups, claimed the Golden Ball, then moved to Chelsea, and his career took a downturn. If memory serves, Shevchenko was the first and last Ukrainian to play for Milan. The upcoming transfer window, as you understand, this can change. The Rossoneri management has set its sights on Bournemouth defender Ilya Zabarny. Fabio Paratici recently returned to Italian football and is preparing some major changes in Milan's approach to transfers. According to the source, he wants to focus on signing young talents from Serie A and other football leagues. That is, the number of transfers like Ibrahimovic, Agiru and Marata should be minimized. So, as part of his new initiative, Paratici would like to see Zabarny in Milan, who would become the first Ukrainian in this team since the time of Andriy Shevchenko. But it doesn't hurt to want. It's hard for me to imagine that Milan could afford this transfer. Bournemouth clearly made it understood that the only possibility to bring Zabarny is to activate his buyout option, and it amounts to 60 million. The last time Milan spent so much money on a single player's transfer was practically never. The most expensive purchase of Rossoneri remains the transfer of Rafael Leao from Lille for 50 million euros. That was a purchase made during the pre-Covid times. Therefore, the deal is doubtful. At the same time, does it make sense for Zabarny himself to move to Milan? Rossoneri is currently on par with Borussia. In financial terms, they are losing out altogether, even though the name is big, but the ambitions are higher. But Zabarny has such a list of contenders that it's unlikely he will choose Milan among all these healthy and strong teams. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the channel. That's all for today. My name is Kirill Kest, and this was your daily dose of football. Peace to your home and Johanga friends.